Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. Pretty much the leaves are gone just like that. Look at that. A couple days and they're all down. Not looking forward to what comes next, I can tell you that. Well, anyway, so I went out and did my running around that I had to do yesterday, and I was exhausted when I finished. I mean, just wiped out. And I find myself today, I have no energy whatsoever. Obviously, it's going to take me a few days more to recover, but I'm like, man, this is definitely something that is not a lot of fun, very debilitating. And but so before I jump into anything, just want to remind everybody I will be live streaming tonight at 8 o'clock. So I would encourage you all to join me then, and we'll have a good discussion, and I'll kind of run through a few things at that point in time. But because there's all these things I have been wanting to talk about and wanting to say, you know, in a live stream. And like I said, I just been not here. So it brings me to a good point, okay? If this had been a SHTF situation, and I was all alone, and had no group, had nobody that would have my back, I'd been pretty vulnerable. You know, when you lay in bed basically for 2 straight days, and you know, the one day, I'll be honest with you, the one day, I mean, the puppies I had left out, and I had asked Steve to give them some food, and so he gave them some food, and they had plenty of water, but I just couldn't even get up to go take care of them. And you know, the animals don't care if you're sick or not sick. You need to take care of your animals, you know. I mean, that's kind of like, so the next day I kind of forced myself to get out there and go take care of them, and as soon as I took care of them, I went right back to bed. But you know, in a true SHTF situation, if you don't have people that are going to have your back, if you get sick or if you get hurt, we had one of our group members had a chainsaw accident, not here, but elsewhere, had a chainsaw. Your collar's just about toast. You know, that they had, you know, a chainsaw accident and cut themselves pretty good. And it was Mark, so just if you guys are wondering which one. And you know, that took him out of work for over a week, and you know, and just not a lot, you know. I mean, accidents are going to happen, mistakes are going to be made, no matter how careful you are. Something could always happen. A chainsaw is a very dangerous tool. It's a tool, but it's a very dangerous tool, and you could get really screwed up really quickly with a chainsaw. So, you know, those are things, again, that you have to think about. Be careful. Again, but like I said, if somebody gets hurt or sick and you have nobody that can pick up that slack, that can help you out, you're going to be in trouble really quickly. You're going to be very vulnerable really quickly, which makes you an easy target. If there's marauding bands of people going around, they're not going to be like, well, you know, we'll wait till that guy feels better before we go and, you know, try to take his stuff. They're going to look for that soft target. And soft targets are, folks, anybody that is trying to do things solo. You know, just me and my family, that's it. We're not going to have anybody else. Well, I wish you luck. I really, truly do. Because you're really going to need it. And some people will get lucky. Don't get me wrong. I mean, some of those solo dudes, you know, that are going to take their family and we're going to go off into the woods and we're going to survive. Well, you know, some of you might make it. The majority will not. You know, but again, even if you make it for an extended period of time, if you get sick or get hurt, you know, you look, I'll tell you an interesting story, and I think this, some of you may have heard of this guy, some of you may not have. Dick Premicky. At 50 years old, he decided to change his whole life. And he moved to Alaska, and he built a cabin, and he stayed in that cabin and lived out there for the next 30 years. And he was by himself, and he was doing his own thing. And he was, you know, recording nature and all those type of things as well. And he did a lot of videos, and there's a lot of documentation of his journey, which is actually pretty cool. But eventually, he aged out, and he eventually, you know, went into a facility, and then he eventually passed away. It's going to happen to every single one of us. Every single one of us. So there's no getting around it. There's no, well, I'll be okay and I'll be fine. And I'm going to tell you what, folks, I've been a pretty healthy individual most of my life. I've been very, very fortunate health-wise. You know, anybody that watches this channel knows I did have a cancer scare 10 years ago, and we got through that. You know, but you just never know. You never know. So things can happen, and life can change, and it can change in a blink of an eye. And so, you know, those are things that we really got to pay attention to. But, you know, getting hurt or getting sick and being incapacitated for any length of time and not having somebody to have your back, even like, you know, I mean, I had Steve here and I called him up, and, you know, he was able to take care of the dogs for me that one day, which was fine, and the chickens were fine for a day. But, you know, it's just... what if I was out of commission for a week? Oh, crap. Hey, kiddo, let me call you back in a couple minutes. I'm making a video. All right, bye. My sister, guys. So I'll call her back in a minute. So anyway, but if I was out of commission for a week or 10 days, who takes care of the animals? Who's going to be there to pick up the slack? You know what I mean? So, I mean, like I said, I'm very fortunate that Steve lives here full time, and he would definitely help me. So I'm lucky in that aspect, you know, as far as that goes. But, you know, you really have to think about those things, and that's got to be part of your plan if you are a preparedness-minded person, and, you know, and all those type of things. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this out here as well right now. Maybe I'll save that for another video. I'll save that for another video. So now you're going to be like, what? You're just going to have to wait for another video for this one. But anyway, so that's where I'm at, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I will see you tonight at 8 o'clock for the live stream. And I'm just going to, you know, I may take a few more days here to fully recoup. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I will talk to you all later. I hope you have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.